Welcome to Stave Slide. Today we are making the Sazerac. The Sazerac is the official cocktail of New Orleans. Created in the mid-1800s by pharmacist Antoine Amédée Péchaud and his apothecary in the French Quarter. Now Péchaud is a name that you may recognize by his iconic Péchaud's bitters, which he also created. Péchaud's bitters are also a key ingredient in the Sazerac cocktail. Another key ingredient would have been cognac in the original Sazerac. However, in the 1870s, there was an epidemic in Europe called phylloxera. Phylloxera was a parasite that attacked the grapevines, which really decimated the wine and the cognac industries at the time. As a result of that, bartenders in New Orleans began substituting rye whiskey for cognac in their Sazerac cocktails. Now here at Stave Slide, we like to use rye and cognac in our Sazerac as a nod to the origins of the original drink. We find that it's cool to kind of put history in a glass, and also it really brings a nice flavor component to the drink. All right, now that you've gotten a little bit of the history of the Sazerac, let's go and get started with the actual preparation of the drink. Before we get started making the cocktail, there's a couple of key things that we need to discuss. First is the glassware. Now the Sazerac is a cocktail that is served up, which means you don't serve it over ice. It is also served in a smaller glass, which is a lower highball, a single old fashioned like this one right here. We want to start off with our glass being chilled. You can do so by putting it in the freezer or by filling it with ice and some water several minutes before you get started with the drink. Another thing to talk about are the ingredients. We mentioned the bitters, Péchaud's bitters. Antoine Péchaud created these bitters. He put them in his first Sazerac that he created, and they're really the only bitters that you need to put in this cocktail. If you don't have Péchaud's bitters, we suggest that you get out and get yourself a bottle. They are a bar staple, and they're really the only bitters you need to put into this cocktail, and they go great in many other classic cocktails. Also, absinthe. You can use either original absinthe or absinthe, which is an anise-based herbal liqueur that was created as an absinthe substitute. If you have absinthe, if you have absinthe, either one is fine. Absinthe is actually what they use at the famous Sazerac house in New Orleans. Okay, also about the absinthe. We're not going to be mixing it into the cocktail. The traditional way to use absinthe in the drink is to use a rinse, which means you put a little bit of it in your glass, you swirl it around to coat the sides, and then you discard the excess. What I'm going to be doing today, my preferred method, is to use my atomizer to mist my glass, get a little bit of that absinthe in there. Okay, let's get started. First, we're going to put 1/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Next, we're going to do about 4 dashes of our Péchaud's bitters. Then we're going to do 1.5 ounces of our rye. And we're going to do 1/2 ounce of the cognac. All right, we're going to add ice. All right, and then you mix this around. You get this drink nice and cold. Chill glass. I take my atomizer here and do my absinthe rinse. All right, strain into my glass. Get a lemon peel. You just want to express the oils with the lemon. Discard that. And there you have the Sazerac, the official drink of New Orleans. And as I say down in the Big Easy, they say le bon temps brûlé. Cheers from Stave Slide.